What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to bring you guys my own personal teams that I'm going to be using in the upcoming treasure map against Franky. So if you guys don't know, the way that I typically build my teams is I typically build my teams for the first 4 battles, the Battle Rush bosses. I typically will build them for speed farming purposes, just to make it a lot easier on myself, considering I do like to farm a decent amount of levels, and by having speed farming teams, it means that we can get through to the final bosses much quicker. And then of course we dump our best point boosters possible on those last 2 ones against the Intrusion fight and also against the final boss fight. So let's go ahead over to the TM teams and have a look and see what we got cooking. So the first team here is going to be against Carrot. So remember, with Carrot you can run whatever you want, as they will all get -5 cooldown, but we do have to be very cautious of the fact that there is Hunger and there is also Special Bind, and we do need to use some type of special to give us a chain boost or a chain locking effect, which is where Luffy comes in. Luffy has a 2.75 times chain lock, and we also have Hunger removal with not only Carrot Wanda but also Bon Clay, and it's just a team that seems okay. I don't think this is gonna really be that hard of a team to get through this content. Like, we can just use the super type specials of Zoro to wave clear the first 2 stages. We get to the final stage, we can use Luffy for the chain lock. We have Bon Clay for a full board of matching slots. We can get an orb boosting effect from Carrot and Wanda, and then we could potentially get an attack boost from our Sanji. So overall, not really too concerned about this one and should get through it relatively quickly. Alright, so now we're looking at the secondary team, which is against Kalifa. Now, this is interesting because this team does not have any point boosters at all. This team is really focused on getting through to the final boss stage as quick as we possibly can, and the really cool thing about it is we're really abusing the Shirahoshi crewmate effect, where we get a full board of rainbow slots at the start of the quest, and then we can use the super class specials or the super type specials of Cat Viper to wave clear the first 2 stages. And that means when we reach the final stage, we actually still have a full board of rainbow slots, which means that the enemy cannot give us poison or block slots. Now, we are also inflicted with Special Bind, and there is defense up on the enemy side of the field, which is why we have Black Maria, because she can get rid of Special Bind and the increased defense on the enemy side of the field. Now, there is actually resilience. I was really considering using the Don Krieg ship. However, I decided to just use this Usopp and Chopper character, who their special ability gets rid of resilience. So that's the main reason why they are here. And of course, we have Dogstorm to activate the super type special of Cat Viper. So as we said, we reach the final stage with a full board of matching slots. We can activate the specials to get enough boosts. Of course, we don't have type advantage because the enemy is a Psi type character, but I do think that this should last us a pretty long time, and we don't even have to worry about the 30 hit combo barrier that he has, or that the Kalifa has, should I say. So we can just do normal attacks to just pierce that barrier due to the captain ability of Cat Viper. And now we're moving on to the third boss, which is versus Nami, and this team is, I think, the highest point boosting team out of all of them. Actually, the first one might be a little bit higher. No, this one is definitely higher. We're going to be using double Trafalgar Law, and the cool thing here is normally they really want you to use the Black Maria legend on this fight, and the main reason for it is because her special, or her captain ability, allows you to resist 10 turns of paralysis. So we can luckily just get rid of that because Law also has the ability to remove paralysis. We have Beppo to give us a full board of matching slots. We have the X-Drake character, who's really good because he will get rid of damage immunity, and he also will state that we have 3 or more quick characters on our team. Then we get a chain lock, which gets around the chain coefficient reduction, and then Zorojuro is basically here as a wave clearer for the first 2 stages. And then of course we have Chaka, which is just a filler point booster character. But overall, don't really think this is going to be too bad of a team. Should actually get through it pretty quickly, and does also give us a pretty good amount of points too. Alright, now we move on to the final boss, or the final of the Battle Rush bosses, versus Robin, who is a Dex character. And once again, we're running a lot of non-boosted characters, and we're aiming to use the Kaido crew here, as Kaido crew can use their switch effect to wave clear the first 2 stages, making sure that when we reach the final boss stage, we have a strength character in Kaido. And of course, we also have a couple of other key units, because there's lots of debuffs we have to get rid of here. We have Ulti, who gets rid of the bind and the attack down. We have the support attached to Moria, which gets rid of the despair. And then we also have the Praline, who should get her cooldown ready to go due to both captains giving an additional -2 cooldown. Strength X Quick get -5 cooldown. Sockets give us another cooldown. The host ship gives us another cooldown. It should be ready by the time we reach the final boss stage, and Praline does remove the increased percent damage reduction that is on the enemy side of the field. So by activating our utility specials, we'll have Kaido, which gives us a color affinity boost, and then we've also got Oven, who gives us a full board of matching slots, and he also will give us an orb boosting effect. So I think this will last a pretty decent amount of time, especially because the end of turn damage that we get from Kaido is pretty substantial. So this should be a pretty good team that should last me a pretty long time throughout this map. I may need to change it depending on how deep we go into this treasure map, because bosses do get pretty absurd amounts of HP. But as it stands right now, I'm pretty content with this team. Alright, and here we are at the final boss versus Boa Hancock. And of course, this is a quick boss, and we have pretty much the full boosters because we got extremely lucky during the treasure map Sugo Fest. But of course, we have the Battle 2, which gives us block slots. There is Special Bind, there is Attack Down, and that is where Nico Robin comes in very, very clutch, because she gets rid of the block slots, the Attack Down, the Special Bind. She's just perfect for that particular stage. And of course, because we're going to be using 2 Namis, we can use one Nami stage 2, and then another Nami on stage 3. However, it is important that we actually use the Friend Captain Nami first on Battle 2, because when we reach Battle 3, our left column is going to be binded for 8 turns, and Nami is the character that removes that. So we need to make sure that, because the left side is going to be binded, we have the right side Nami ready to go for Battle 3. So the Friend Captain is used on Battle 2, regular Nami, our Nami on Battle 3. Now, we've also got Drake as well, because he's kind of just a high booster. Same as Katakuri. There's no real reason why Katakuri is here. The 3 treasure map characters basically counter everything in this fight. We should also be using Chopper on Battle 2, because he says for 3 turns, he negates the chain coefficient reduction and the difficult perfects from being inflicted on our team. So by using it on Battle 2, we carry that into Battle 3, which makes it a lot easier to clear that Battle 3. If you don't have your own Chopper, then you will definitely have to use a chain locker on the final boss stage, just to ensure that you actually, get around the chain coefficient reduction, because it lasts for 12 turns. There's not a lot of characters that can remove 12 turns of chain coefficient reduction. So overall, the treasure map characters kind of handle all of the gimmicks here, and then Katakuri and Drake are kind of just filler characters for more points. And here we are at the final boss versus Franky. This is the Intrusion battle boss, and once again, using the treasure map characters with Nami as our friend captain. But the other 2 characters, we have Drake once again, which appeared in the previous team, but we also have Eustace Kid. Now, Kid is a bit of a weird decision here, but there is a key reason as to why we actually do that, because when we reach the final boss stage and we use the special ability of Robin, which changes block slots into matching, the thing is on Battle 2, we're inflicted with unfavorable slots where Strength, Dex, and Quick slots are treated as badly matching, which means that when we use the special ability of Robin to change block into matching, the characters that are Dex, when they receive their matching slot, will actually be counted as non-beneficial. Luckily, we can have Eustace Kid where we use his special ability, and that actually will change the type slots of our striker and driven characters into tandem. And the good thing about that is that the characters on our team that are striker or driven are also the Dex characters. So they're basically getting matching slots guaranteed via that Kid. So that's going to be very important. And even though he isn't getting the -5 cooldown at this fight, he should still be ready due to his natural cooldown on the treasure map itself. And the fact that Nami as a captain does give you -1 cooldown to all of your characters. So with double Nami, that's an additional -2. With the ship, with sockets, with the actual treasure map boosted list itself, he should be ready by Battle 3. And of course, the rest of the characters are here because they handle the gimmicks. Drake is going to be really good on Battle 2 as well to give us multiple turns of an orb boosting effect. And another really key thing is our supports, because we do have Brook attached to Nami. And what that does is that when we actually kill on Battle 2 and the enemy revives, they do 100,000 damage to our crew. So by having the Brook support, it actually negates 60% of the damage that we take for 1 turn. So that's going to be kind of key. And then we also have another really key support attached to Robin, where when we use the special ability of Robin, that Sanji support is going to change her own slot into recovery. And that's going to be very key because we have to deal with 2 hits of hunger. And Robin does have hunger removal, but only 1 hunger stack removal up until you reach like level 4 of her potential ability. So not a lot of people are going to be able to do that. So by having that support give us a recovery slot means that we can just consume that recovery slot as per usual. and then we can do the rest of our damage normally. So hopefully that should be enough damage to get through the boss stage without too many hassles. It's a little bit finicky. I could definitely use tablets to level up that potential ability, but I don't think I really want to waste leveling up her hunger when it's a character that, I mean, she's a good character, but I don't know if I'm going to use her too often. So if you have the additional hunger tablets laying around and you get it to level 4, you do not need to use that support, but it makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, you can use characters like Bon Clay to give you the guaranteed full board of recovery slots, which is probably more ideal, but obviously gives you less overall points for your team. And with all of that, that is going to wrap up this One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Really hope that this one was very useful for you guys, just to let you guys know in terms of what I'm going to be using. And I know that the teams that I've built are not going to be accessible to a lot of other players. I have already made another video, which you guys can go ahead and check out on the YouTube channel, where I talk about more accessible teams, which has majority free-to-play characters with a couple of summonable units. So definitely go ahead and check it out if you guys need a little bit more assistance for your team building. But hopefully you guys have a really good time in the treasure map. Good luck, and hopefully your rewards are also very good. Wishing everyone the best of luck with their legend tickets. But that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the video today, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.